The Louisiana Territory, once a vast expanse of land stretching from the Gulf of Mexico to the Canadian border, was under French control from 1682 until 1803, when it was sold to the United States for $15 million, a sum that would be equivalent to approximately $342 million today. This transaction, known as the Louisiana Purchase, was a pivotal moment in American history, significantly expanding the nation's territory. But what if America had never bought the Louisiana Territory? The geopolitical landscape of North America could have evolved in several fascinating and vastly different ways. Here are 3 possible scenarios. In the first scenario, North America would be divided into several distinct and independent nations. The United States would retain its original 13 colonies along the eastern seaboard, limited in its westward expansion. The western part of the continent would be dominated by the Spanish Empire, which controlled territories that would later become Mexico and parts of the southwestern United States. In the central region of North America, between the United States and Spanish territories, an independent nation could emerge, composed of various Native American tribes. This indigenous nation would include the diverse cultures and communities of the Great Plains, the Mississippi Valley, and the Rocky Mountains. Free from external domination, these tribes would have the opportunity to develop their own governance systems, economies, and social structures, potentially creating a powerful confederation that could negotiate with European powers on more equal footing. This configuration would lead to a very different cultural and political landscape in North America, with a greater emphasis on the rights and autonomy of indigenous peoples. The balance of power would be more complex, with the United States, Spanish territories, and the Native American nation interacting in a delicate geopolitics. In this second scenario, the Spanish Empire seizes the opportunity to expand eastward and annex the Louisiana Territory. Following Mexico's independence from Spain in 1821, the vast territory of Louisiana would become part of Mexico. This expanded Mexico, rich in natural resources and strategically located, could potentially rise as a dominant global superpower. An enlarged Mexico would control significant portions of what are now the central United States, including major rivers like the Mississippi and Missouri, fertile agricultural lands, and vast mineral resources. This would provide Mexico with immense economic power and influence. With the consolidation of such a vast territory, Mexico could develop into a major industrial and agricultural powerhouse, attracting immigrants from around the world and fostering a diverse and vibrant culture. As a global superpower, Mexico would play a leading role in international affairs, challenging European dominance in the Americas, and possibly even influencing global trade routes and alliances. The United States, confined to its original eastern colonies, might struggle to compete with its powerful neighbor, potentially leading to different alliances and conflicts in the region. In the third scenario, the United States might eventually pursue westward expansion despite not purchasing the Louisiana Territory directly from France. Driven by the ideology of manifest destiny, the belief that the United States was destined to expand across the North American continent, the U.S. might engage in a series of conflicts and negotiations to annex the territory. This path would likely involve military confrontations with both European powers and Native American tribes. The United States might clash with Spain, leading to the eventual annexation of Spanish territories in the Southwest. Such conflicts could extend the timeline of westward expansion, with the United States gradually absorbing the Louisiana Territory and other western lands through a combination of treaties, wars, and settlements. This scenario closely mirrors the historical trajectory of the United States, but with potentially more prolonged and violent conflicts. The nation might emerge as the expansive coast-to-coast power it is today, but the process would be more tumultuous, involving greater resistance from indigenous populations and European powers. But why was the purchase of Louisiana so impactful? The Louisiana Purchase was not just a land deal. It was a catalyst for the United States' emergence as a continental power. The acquisition of such a vast territory allowed for the exploration and settlement of the West, leading to significant economic growth, the spread of American culture, and the eventual creation of the Transcontinental Railroad. Without the purchase, the balance of power in North America would be drastically different. The United States might not have become the dominant force it is today, potentially altering the course of global history. The absence of American expansion could have led to stronger indigenous nations, a more powerful Mexico, or even prolonged European colonial influence in the region. Moreover, the cultural and demographic landscape of North America would be profoundly different. The interactions and conflicts between diverse groups, indigenous peoples, European settlers, African slaves, and immigrants from around the world, shaped the unique social fabric of the United States. Without the Louisiana Purchase, these dynamics would have evolved differently, leading to alternative cultural, economic, and political developments. The fate of Native American tribes in these alternate scenarios would also be significantly different. In the historical context, the westward expansion of the United States led to the displacement, marginalization, and often violent removal of indigenous populations through policies like the Indian Removal Act. In a scenario where an independent Native American nation exists in the central region, indigenous cultures and communities might have thrived, maintaining their land and sovereignty. Such an indigenous nation could have developed sophisticated political structures, economies based on sustainable practices, and rich cultural traditions that influenced the continent. Relations with European and American powers would involve complex diplomacy, alliances, and conflicts, but indigenous peoples would have had a stronger platform to assert their rights and negotiate on equal terms. The economic implications of these alternate scenarios are profound as well. An independent Native American nation in the central region could control key trade routes and resources, altering the economic landscape of North America. The presence of a powerful Mexico extending from the southwest to the Mississippi River would create a formidable economic and political entity that could rival the United States and European powers. Such a powerful Mexico could lead to a more balanced distribution of economic and military power in the Western Hemisphere. This balance might result in different colonial and post-colonial interactions, potentially leading to less European interference in the Americas and a more multipolar world. Culturally, the lack of a Louisiana Purchase would mean that the diverse mix of peoples and cultures in the central and western United States might have developed in unique ways. Spanish and Mexican influences would be more pronounced in the central region, blending with indigenous cultures to create a rich tapestry of traditions, languages, and customs. In the United States, the absence of vast western territories might lead to a different pattern of immigration and settlement. The population density in the original colonies would increase, possibly leading to earlier industrialization and urbanization on the eastern seaboard. This shift could influence social and political movements, accelerating changes like labor rights, women's suffrage, and civil rights. Militarily, the scenarios involving conflict with European powers or expanded Mexican territories would reshape the strategic considerations of the time. The United States might have faced more significant threats from neighboring powers, necessitating stronger military alliances and defenses. The balance of power in North America would be more precarious, potentially leading to different outcomes in global conflicts like the World Wars. Keeping all these in mind, the Louisiana Purchase was a defining moment in American history, setting the stage for the country's expansion and emergence as a global power. Without it, the geopolitical, economic, and cultural landscape of North America would be vastly different. The potential scenarios: an independent Native American nation, an expanded and powerful Mexico, or a prolonged and conflict-ridden American expansion, each offer intriguing possibilities for how the continent could have developed.